Yo, yo. Eric, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Emily Goff, Derek, Michael, Garner, Nathaniel Williams. Welcome. What's up, Eric? What's up, Justin? What's up, Lewis? Jay? What's up, MR2? Bon, what's going on? I was able to pedal a bike all the way around. That's awesome news, Bon. I'm stoked for you, my friend. It is the little things. Day by day, man. Every week we have, small progress, which is great to hear. Great to see. Welcome to Stoke Squad. Courtesy of Eric. It's a good way to reveal who's here, who's lurking. Emily, Derek, Michael, Garner. Justin with the 35 months, dude. Another month of Stoke. Almost 3 years, brother. That's insane. That is insanity, man. There might be... I think there's one final badge that you get at 3 years. And I think you'll be the first one with it. 3 years, dude. Honestly, I never would have thought that someone would stay in for 3 years, dude. Wait, there actually might be 2 more. There actually might be 2 more. Second one with it. Eric's almost there. I'm not sure. I think there's 2 more. How much a knee replacement costs? 136,000. $136,000 for a knee replacement. Better do a good job, man. That is crazy, man. My mom has to get a knee replacement, actually. Unfortunately. More badges on the way. I think YouTube limits how many badges you can do, but we can change the logos, though. We could do that for sure. It is a Stoke Squad flag, MR2. Stoke Squad flag. Callan, can't wait to ride again. Broke my shoulder blade like 5 weeks ago. Yikes. How'd you do that, man? That's a gnarly little entry. Yeah, I'm stoked. Solitude opens tomorrow. Deer Valley opens Friday. I think Park City technically opens, I think, maybe Sunday. But yeah, Solitude looks pretty sweet. I think they only have like 4 trails open right now, but Deer Valley has like almost their entire park open, which is going to be pretty rad. But yeah, I'm excited. Stoked to be... I've never ever biked up in like the Cottonwoods, and I just been looking at some videos. It looks so beautiful like in the summer, so, or at least, when there's no snow. So I think the plan... Yeah, bike here. I think I'm going to go up to Jackson Hole. I'm going to be putting on a bike rack next week so I can travel with the bike. I'm going to go up to Jackson Hole for a little biking mission. And then we have a week-long Aspen trip, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then I have some racing, but I think we've kind of confirmed a Canada trip. Not as interior BC as I had hoped, but still kind of cool, going up to Banff, like straight up to Banff for a few days, and then going south to like Fernie. There's a bike park at Fernie. Fernie looks really rad in the summer. Then there's some other like national parks up in the Canadian Rockies there, and then from there go down to Glacier National Park for a few days, and then hit up Big Sky in their bike park, and then back to Utah. That'll be probably about a 2-week trip. And so that's going to happen end of July, which should be really cool trip. Obviously biking, hiking, and just sort of, being up in the Canadian Rockies should be a lot of fun. And then potentially thinking about a Whistler trip, like end of August-ish. Do Whistler, check out like Mount Baker, beast like Victoria, Vancouver Island, stuff like that. It's like tentatively, that's a little bit more like, I'm not really sure if I'll do that, but yeah. Should be fun. First thing is I got to get the bike rack all squared away so I can take the bikes with me. But that should be done next week. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. Then it's a matter of, we have to actually fabricate a way to mount them. So yeah, everything on the van is essentially somehow custom made. Jay with the 28 months. Did something happen, Jay? I got your text today. It made it sound like, yeah, did something happen or are you just not taking the week off or what? I'm skiing POW on Saturday. Is this supposed to snow where you're at? What up, Levi? What up, man? I wonder how good their trails are. Dirt is nice. Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever, Gravity Logic built their trails. They look pretty rad from what I was seeing. They kind of looked a little bit loose in some areas, but I don't know. I mean, they really just opened at like the, you know, end of the season last year. So I think throughout the year it'll get better and better, and it's supposed to be adding more trails. So I think it'll be a good way to get back into bike park for like Deer Valley and whatnot. But Deer Valley should be legit. You break your collarbone, Levi? I must have missed that. What's up, Jerry Cross? Just got to take a few days off. Yeah, definitely join the Discord if you guys aren't already in there. We're trying to, we would like to organize kind of like a summer meetup in a sense, but more or less just like a summer bike ride I think would be cool. Jay has a, yeah, there's a cool like way we could kind of shuttle up to the top of like Empire, like top of Deer Valley kind of, and then we ride from there all the way down into Main Street basically, and then we could go get dinner or whatnot or whatever. So that will likely be organized through the Discord, but depending on how the bike stuff does, I could also maybe post stuff on the YouTube too, but I think Discord would be the best way to get involved with that. But I know there's like also people wanting to go camping this summer, so yeah, just join the Discord. We're almost at 1,000 members, which is pretty cool. What's up, Matt Edwards? Doing dishes. Nice, man. That bear was pretty crazy. Ever since you sent that photo, I saw some like Park City record articles and stuff of like aggressive bear found, like bears spotted in Park City. Pretty gnarly. Yeah, honestly, the East Coast has some gnarly bike parks and riding just all around. There's no joke out there. It's cool to see the difference of like the terrain. Like East Coast feel like has way more of like those just big roots and just like woods, and I feel like East Coast is a little bit different. Like we don't really have like those long, thick, girthy roots that you find like scattered about in the East Coast. But I mean, we obviously have roots and stuff, but just on when I look at East Coast biking, I'm like, yeah, that looks exactly what I remember East Coast woods look like. D needs to redo Tsunami and Tidal Wave, do some actual maintenance. Yeah, they said there was still some snow in some spots up there, so like some of the trails are obviously kind of like modified. Caught my tips doing a backie on a park jump. Oh, I didn't know that, dude. Week before Memorial Day. Oh, that sucks, Levi. Good thing you're young, it'll heal up and you'll be back at it. Damn, caught the tips right on the collarbone. You don't hear that often, I guess, but post up a poll to get numbers. We'll get a date set up. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I really like the idea of just biking down into town. And then, yeah, I think that could be cool. Just keep it low key. We got to do it in a way where like multiple skill levels can do it. Because I know that biking is a lot more intimidating than skiing for a lot of people. And yeah, I mean, I guess it depends how many people actually come and stuff, but I don't want to make it so like someone who might be beginner can't go. But thank you for the $9.99 for the Luna bike rack. Hell yeah, I was originally only gonna get one tray, but then honestly doing some shuttle laps with Jay, I was like, it definitely makes sense if I can at least carry another bike, whether I bring the road bike with me on some trips or just be able to be in the shuttle and not feel like, oh, I can only fit one bike. So I ended up getting 2 trays. So I'll be able to carry 2 bikes on the back, and then I could really fit 2 bikes inside if I really wanted to. So I could carry 4 bikes. Yeah, at least for like shuttle stuff, but safely I got 2 racks. So be able to carry 2 bikes. Like when I go to Aspen for the week, I'm definitely obviously bringing the mountain bike, but I think it would be cool to bring the road bike and, I don't know, bike up Independence Pass, or just also have that option, not only for myself, but for a company like Aspen Snowmass to be able to offer them that other sort of avenue as well. It's a lot harder to film, I find, but it's cool. I think it's cool to do both. So anyways, that's kind of an update on the summer stuff, but yeah. What bike you got? I bought the YT Capra Core 2. It's right there. That's the YT. So ridden it twice so far, both with Jay, just kind of shuttle laps here. And so, yeah, I'm excited for the first bike park day tomorrow with it. The e-bike looks crazy fun. Yeah, the 3 e-bikes are right there. They're all for sale, by the way. I'm selling all of them. But the blue one, the Happy Run one, is like, yeah, it's a little bit too much for... They're just getting out of control. They call it a bike, but it's like a mini motorcycle in my opinion. But it's fun. But yeah, they're all for sale. The folding one, the Cafe Racer from last year, and then that blue one. I'm trying to sell them all. Pretty close to fully healed. Nice. What's up, Jerry? I think I saw Jerry Cross in here too, didn't I? Yeah, Jerry Cross. What's up, Jerry? We got 2 Jerrys. More road bike content. Do you like climbing on a road bike? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I've been in like, yeah, I don't mind climbing on the mountain bike, I guess. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of it, but I do like I do like climbing on the road bike. I like the speed that you carry on a road bike. I like how responsive the bikes are, but there's the adrenaline with downhill mountain biking is definitely a lot more thrilling. But I've much more experience with road biking in my life than I have been with mountain biking. So my dad, Joe, is a huge road biker. He used to race. He rides all the time. So he kind of got me into it when I was very young. That's actually my road bike right there. But yeah, I enjoy climbing on a road bike. We went on a little ride today, only about like 18 miles, but it was a good ride. So yeah, the road bike content, to be honest, I don't really know how to go about that. I mean, I've seen videos where they have overlays and hook it up with a Garmin, but I just don't know, like, yeah, I don't know how to make it. At least with bike parks, I can kind of keep a similar format with the B-roll and the chair lifts, and like, there's runs that I can kind of do. Road biking, it's a little bit different, but it would be really cool to integrate that as well. Totally, we can split the ability in the park. Advanced can shuttle the full. Beginner can take Crescent, meet up in the park even. I see, that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as we do it where it's like, it's known that it's like a blue sort of flow trail or whatever, I think most people can handle like a blue, even if you're new to biking. Yeah, as long as there's nothing like super gnarly or, you know, drops and gaps and all that. I mean, yeah, definitely a little bit more timid than the meetup with skiing, but more road bike content. Love to see you dancing on those pedals. What's up, Trent? Whose garage it is? This is my dad's house, so it's my dad's garage. Used to have one, just make sure everything's all greased. Cease to the frame. Damn. What do you have now? You got rid of it and got something else? I'm surprised how fast my shoulder blade is healing. CNY has some great road biking. Yeah, CNY does have great road biking because, you know, it's, yeah, very hilly and stuff like that. But the problem with CNY always was that, one, there's rarely any shoulder on the road, and two, biking just isn't, it's not as popular as a place like, you know, out here where, one, we have bike lanes, and two, just people are more understanding of bikers because they're likely a biker themselves of some sort, so they give you space on the road and whatnot. Back home in central New York, it's like the people try to like run you off the road. What's up, Brett? Happy Wednesday, dude. Second channel. Yeah, just, I mean, you're not wrong, Eric. It's just, I don't know then what I would do with this channel in the summer, right? Then, but no matter what I do, this channel dies in the summer. We literally lose subscribers, even with posting videos and all this stuff. So I don't know if there's really a right answer. I don't know if, I just feel like a summer channel, then it has the other effect where then on that channel, what do I post in the winter on that channel? I don't know. A part of me wants to make a second channel and upload the same video to each channel and just see what happens, but I also love putting it all under Lucas because it gives me opportunities like Aspen Snowmass, right? They want me to come out, ride their bike park and stuff like that, and I get like the e-bikes and stuff. So it's just such a strange phenomenon with when you have like a ski channel. Tuesdays, oh shucks, 3 burgers. $3 burgers and schooners. What is a schooner? I feel like I should know that. That's a great deal. I feel like, yeah, that'd be sick to do. Have you used the free park to shut up to the Empire? I have not. That's something I definitely want to do, my Atomic. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. And then from Empire Lodge, do you climb up to get like way up to Empire Pass, or do you just start cruising down from there? Or like what do most people do when you take the bus up to Empire Lodge? I guess you could ride the road all the way up to Empire Pass. The chalice of beer. Okay. $3 burgers and a chalice of beer. Has anyone ever told you that you look like Noah Khan? I don't think I've ever gotten Noah Khan. I don't even know what Noah Khan looks like. Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess we both have long hair and facial hair. Yeah, I could see it maybe. Short climb to the mid mountain. I see. Yeah, I remember seeing the sign for Mid Mountain Trail. I just don't know if most people still go up to the pass and then head down, or you just kind of head down from there. But Royal Street to Marsac to Guardsman's to the Lookout. Whew. That would be a freaking ride, Jerry. Even just climbing Royal Street up to like Silver Lake at Deer Valley. I think it's a short climb, but you get like 1,400 feet of vert in the climb. Like, man, that climb in itself takes it out of me. Royal to Marsac. And then still up Marsac all the way to Guardsman. And then yeah, just all the way up Guardsman. That would be gnarly. I think it'd be cool. It's something I definitely want to tackle this summer. And I also want to bike up the Uintas, like the Mirror Lake Highway. But even in something like that, it's like, you know, do you stop and like talk to the camera? Do you film and talk when you're climbing and out of breath? Like I don't know. I think overlays and stuff and like getting like your power, your watts and stuff, your power, right? Your speed. I think that would make the video more interactive, but how dare you be on my road? Why should I drive my phone road? Exactly, Eric. That was always kind of the issue. But there is great biking, especially in central and upstate New York. Lots of hills and all that sort of stuff. But it's definitely not as... The biking out here is sick also. But yeah. Yeah, Joe used to do... They were called the Empire State Games. It was kind of like, you know, a state sort of... Yeah, a statewide thing. And he would do like road races. Road bike races and stuff. And... Yeah, he's always riding his bike. And in the winter, he'd get on the rollers and just like ride the rollers in the winter. He's a big proponent of like biking for longevity, you could say, exercise, recovery, all that sort of stuff. But we will to hit change. Yeah, I gotta see what this change reaction is all about. If you start King Shop, it's more downhill than climbing. Where's King Shop? Ride for Missing Children. Is that like a fundraiser of some sort? It sounds like. Regis. Wonder if you ever done it. I don't know if he ever did that. I do know he did some rides like that, you know, where you go on like 100-mile rides and stuff. Yeah, this was just such a long time ago. I don't remember really what exactly he did, but yeah, it's a grueling sport, no doubt about it, but I don't know. I definitely like mountain biking more. um, but it is, I think it is cool to change it up sometimes and go on a road bike and stuff like that. But Moose House. I think I need to learn how to use that Trail Forks app, because I feel like I'm like trying to find trails on just like Google Maps, and it's like, yeah, you can't see any of that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, yeah, if you got dropped off at Empire Lodge, like, what's the move from there? Because that is one of the best, most probably underrated things about Park City, is the free bus system and the fact that they have, you know, bike racks on the front. That's what I want to get back, instead of running. Used to bike 25 miles a day after work. 13 miles to work for me. I should ride it. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. It's a nice little cruiser. As long as you don't get all hot and sweaty. Seattle to Stony Brook? Jeez, yeah, I've never understood those people who like bike across the country. Like, man, I don't know how they do that. Browns, yeah, that's kind of that's like my next, that's really my next ride that I'm gonna be doing. Basically down, not 224, 248, I think, like out past the Jordanelle into Camas, and then go left at Camas into Oakley, then climb up Browns Canyon. It's a gnarly ride. It's about 33 miles, 35 miles with tons of climbing. But yeah, Browns Canyon, it's like 6 miles, 6-mile climb. So it's a pretty gnarly climb, but you could go down Browns Canyon. Either way, you still got to climb to get back up to Park City. But yeah, that's a beast of a ride. And like I said, I'd love to, like, I don't know, drive down to Camas or something, and then bike from Camas up to the top of the Mirror Lake Highway. Up in the Uintas, that would be pretty sick too. Again, pretty gnarly climb, but I don't know why anyone would want to do that. Ever do any rock climbing? I've never done any rock climbing, man. I think I've done like a sniff of like some indoor climbing when I was in grad school, but never been outside. Like outside climbing, no. Camping in a cornfield in the middle of Iowa. Want to try Mofo? What is that? I passed a guy climbing up Guardsman on his mountain bike. That's insane, dude. Climbing up Guardsman in general would be insane, and then do it on a mountain bike, that's like, that would be so shitty. That really would be awful. Michael, what's up, man? Thank you for the $9.99, my friend. Going to Killington on a mountain bike. How necessary are lessons? Mainly worried about getting the bike on the lift. Honestly, getting the bike on the lift is not difficult. It's, you know, it might be a little bit clunky, like once you do it once or twice, but you get the hang of it. I mean, I don't know. It kind of depends. If you're looking at getting into mountain biking and you know, really making it a part of your lifestyle, I don't think you can really ever go wrong with lessons, at least to like learn fundamentals. Because while it is just like riding a bike down the hill, down the mountain, there are tons of obviously technique and downhill biking and stuff. So I'm never going to say no to lessons, but if you're kind of just looking to go out just for a daily sort of activity or a little adventure, you know, I don't know if you necessarily want to be in that sort of lesson like headspace and mode. If it's a proper bike park, there's definitely just like green trails that you can kind of just cruise around, you know, cruise down and kind of be done with it. But like I said, if it's something you really want to get into, I think lessons, at least a lesson is good to get, yeah, get the basics down. I took that lesson at Deer Valley, and it was very helpful just to kind of really like learn how to actually lean the bike over, and just little things like keeping your heels down. And but that's because I'm more trying to get into it more. But anyways, that's my take on it, Michael. If you want to just kind of make a date out of it, then you don't need to. I would recommend renting like a proper, bike that has, full suspension stuff. And I'd never, wouldn't, definitely would recommend wearing like a full face helmet and at least some knee pads, because it doesn't take a lot to go down, and it hurts a lot more than skiing. So and on that note, I have a chest protector from Fox, the Fox Racing one. Do people wear that over or under their jersey? Is there like, or does it not really even matter? Because I feel like I see people wear it under jerseys, but then I also see tons of people wear it over their shirt also. I really don't think it matters at the end of the day, but I'm kind of leaning to putting it underneath my jersey or my, my mountain bike shirt, because I have bigger shirts and the chest protector is pretty snug fitting, but I don't know what people usually do, because I feel like I've seen it both ways. I suffered breakfast in Adirondack after an overnight. Ran into a guy. Biking across the U.S. Something keeps like stinging me. Mid-Mountain to Spiro to Silver Spar. Nice. I've done that a few times. Climb up Mid-Mountain, or I've climbed up Armstrong to Mid-Mountain to then Spiro to whatever down. That's a good loop. Yeah, I find that the lifties are definitely, lifties are definitely a lot more helpful. Lifties are very helpful in bike park stuff. Not that they're not with skiing, but they kind of expect that. Yeah, it's just not as intuitive as just like sit down on the chair. So it more or less can just kind of be clunky, I feel like, but you kind of just roll the bike up, and then you maybe like lift the rear tire up into the tray. But I also know that bike parks have different mounts. Some of them, like, you hang them, you put them like vertical. I don't know. I don't even know what kind Solitude has. So, but some people chafe with an undershirt. All right, I guess as long as it's up to me, then that's fine. I kind of like it underneath and just put it on my bare skin, but again, I don't really know. Did you and Papa Joe go to the tour of Utah? No, I have gone to the tour of Utah, like when they come down Main Street. I think I've done it twice. Or did they come up, or they climb up at Main Street, I think, and then they go up Guardsman or something, and I feel like that's like 4th of July time, but Joe's never seen it. But yeah, I haven't been to the stage where it ended in canyons. I just went on Main Street and see him climb up Main Street and stuff. But yeah. 3-day bikepacking around Wisconsin. It's your profile pic for this account. No way. Bikepacking, that sounds cool, man. Yeah, I do. Yeah, the riding here in Park City, like with the aspens and stuff, man, it's so beautiful. And some of that, there is some sections of the Mid-Mountain and all that stuff that, oh geez, that just go like straight through aspen groves. Video capture. I don't know why this freezes. What's up, Dakota? Dank Coda. What is Ragbri? Ragbri. Cam froze. We're back. Yeah, I mean, it could be over the top, but I'd rather be safe than not safe. You know, I'm not trying to break a rib because I fall on a rock or something or something stupid. I'm just not a good enough biker to. Yeah, I'd rather be safer than sorry for sure. Yeah, I'll also be with elbows, knees, and a full face for sure. Get back to work, Kevin. What's up, Jeff E? Do you recognize trails that you ski on, or are they in different parts of the mountain? No, you definitely recognize trails that you ski on for sure. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, biking's different in the sense where sometimes you're like working your way across the mountain to get down, where skiing you're obviously a lot more like fall line, but biking you definitely, you're on the same chairlifts and stuff, so yeah, it's you definitely recognize it, and that's what's so cool is you kind of see like what mountain really looks like, and you forget how much snow we get to like cover up a lot of these things. So that's why I'm excited to check out Solitude and see, yeah, what Moonbeam looks like and all that sort of stuff. Registers annual great bike ride across Iowa. Seven-day traveling bike tour across Iowa that was put on as a fundraiser. Yeah, that stuff's legit. Whoa. I didn't know that was an acronym, though. I feel like you just made it up. Going to Richfield, says Owen. I've heard of Richfield. I've heard that there's some great biking there, and it's pretty close. It's only a few hours away. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. What's up, Jack? What's going on, Jack Sultan? Richfield, is that like the desert? Oh, it's like in Fish Lake. Okay, kind of. Not really, actually. It's kind of an interesting spot. Richfield. So what, they have shuttle companies there? They have shuttle companies there that could that bring you up, or do you just hitchhike? Naked beer slides. What's up, Regina? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Jason? Just looked at webcam. Champion still skiable. Next year, Joe versus you. Me on the 121s, Joe on mogul skis. Joe would crush me if I was on 121s. Maybe not. Maybe it's my handicap for being 30 years younger than him. That'd be good. Joe's going to Mount Hood next week, though. Like, Joe trains moguls. He's going up to mogul camp next week. He's water ramping here, and then he's going up to mogul camp up on the glacier. Dude just loves skiing moguls. I don't really get it. Just can't wait for ski season. I know this doesn't apply here, but oh boy, it can't come soon enough. Hey man, this is a ski channel after all, so it does apply, man. Yeah, dude, it'll be here before we know it. Just make sure you enjoy the summer. My favorite trail is Porcupine Rim in Moab. I think I gotta do a Moab trip like in the fall when it cools down. That'd be really cool to go out there. I'd love to do the whole enchilada one day. I gotta get my mountain bike skills up though. Porcupine Rim. We've gone with a few buddies, used our own, oh yeah. Yeah, I just don't really have tons of friends to go on a trip like that. So if they had like a sanctioned shuttle, that would be sweet. Porcupine Rim, Moab. A bone drawing route with a sweet single track finish. Damn, those views look epic. Isn't that part? That's part of the whole enchilada, correct? I feel like the last part of whole enchilada is Porcupine Rim now that I think about it. We're gonna more Colorado ski trips. I'd need to, for sure. I think it'd be cool. Well, no, not I think it'd be cool. Yes, I need to. I don't have anything planned right now, but I do need to go back to Colorado during like main season rather than just I lived there for 2 seasons, so I feel like I don't know, I was more focused on exploring places I haven't been to, but I do think it's time to go back to Colorado. I mean, we did like Steamboat, we did Telluride that first year. I was really doing this, but I didn't really go back last year. Fellow YT Capra, been riding for 4 years nonstop to Stewart downhill 200 millimeter Olin's DH38 dual crown fork. Damn. Dual crown, huh? So it's basically a downhill bike now. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was torn with, you know, was like, do you just deck out a bike for the bike park? But I guess I didn't want to be totally like just pigeonholed to bike parks, but the reality is I'm going to be doing a lot of bike park stuff, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I can't imagine that the Capra doesn't do well in bike parks, but ski season and golf season. Do you miss skiing right now, or are you ready to be done? Me personally, I enjoy the break. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I do enjoy the break. I'm not one of those people who is like gonna go hike up Alta and go ski Main Chute, or you know, try to go ski the little slivers of snow we have left. It just isn't me. I don't know. I've been fortunate enough to ski my whole life and stuff, so I I don't get the same satisfaction out of it that I do like during the season skiing like properly, I guess. So I enjoy the break. I think summer out in the mountains is such a sick time. So yeah, I enjoy the break, and it makes it so when ski season does roll around, I'm like truly excited to get back out in the snow. I love ski season more than anything. I really love the summer bike videos. Such good vibes. Yeah, I need to put disclaimers on the videos this year of like, I suck at biking, so... and then just like link other channels. But it's fun. I like being out on the chairlift in the summer and whatnot, so... Yes, as I mentioned, I haven't really figured out the summer formula for the channel, but I feel like mountain biking is probably the best thing. Geezy Gamer, change my channel name to support my wife's soap company. Hell yeah. Oxley Whole Soap. I was gonna say, I don't really recognize this name, but if it's Geezy, hello, welcome. I haven't really thought too much about other summer stuff, to be honest. I mean, I'm open to try everything, but yeah, I'm open to try stuff, but I haven't really. I'm not really interested in like seriously pursuing something like kayaking or whitewater rafting. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like biking is something that's a little bit more like repeatable. I guess, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not a big water person. Like I don't really, desire going out on the water, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm open to try stuff. I think our Aspen trip will be pretty cool with a little bit of everything, but I guess from a YouTube standpoint, which, you know, I guess is important to me, like the reason why the channel grew over the years was because it was like the skiing stuff worked and I kept to skiing, right? And sometimes I feel like when I scatter around a lot, it's like it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. So that's why when I've posted racing or paintball stuff or like, I don't know, I feel like if I could stick to skiing and biking, then that's that. But I'm down to try stuff. Like I would never turn down if someone's like, hey, do you want to try whitewater rafting? I'd be like, hell yeah, I think that would be super cool video to make. But bungee jumping, zip lining. I'm afraid of heights though, so yeah, I don't know why the camera does that. It's so weird, and it pops up that little like thumbs up. Steamboat next week to do a little hiking and biking. Nice, Jack. Steamboat's gonna be beautiful. I want to make it out to Steamboat this summer. Like the format of your recent video seemed like you were just hanging out. That's what it felt like too. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed putting that video together, I guess. More race videos. Here's the problem with the race videos. This is no joke, right? So we've had 3 races so far. I bring all the gear, right? I bring like 2 cameras, the lenses, the tripods. I have all this freaking gear. And then I get there and I just get pissed off in a race week. And I'm like, the last thing I want to do is set up the camera, put all this shit together. And so I end up like filming, but I don't ever like film like an interview or any like documentary stuff, right? I have all the in-car footage, but I just get so emotional and pissed off. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is sit here and talk to the camera about how I got 2nd place again. And so then I just never end up like filming enough to make the story about the weekend. That's been the theme this whole year and a lot of times last year. But I bring everything. I'm like, yeah, this is the time I'm putting a race video together. And then like Saturday rolls around and like something happens and I'm just like, fuck this. This is my promise, and I'll put one together at Virginia. Via Ferrata, that'd be cool. Most move to the mountains for the winters, but stay for the summers. Exactly. Especially right like this time, June, when like everything is green, it's so sick. June, July, August, stuff starts to kind of brown up a little bit. But yeah, right now it's so nice. You have a great eye for video production. All these other sports would look great through your lens. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you. It'd be cool. I mean, my favorite part of all this is filming, to be honest. Like, I love when I rode out with Jay these past weeks. Like I bring the camera because I love trying to figure out how to get the shot. When I went road biking, I'm bringing a chest mount and filming stuff. It's like the activities for me are so much better because I get to film them. And that's how I've just always been, right? That's how I've been able to grow this when I was skiing. I love filming more than I even love skiing. So, and then when it comes to like racing or paint, it doesn't matter what the activity is. I find a way to put a camera on it or something. So especially now, I mean, I'm sure some people miss this. I officially signed with GoPro for I have a year contract with GoPro, which is just so crazy cool. But you know, they're paying me. They're giving me free cameras. They're inviting me on trips. So being able to be versatile in those different disciplines, I think is really cool. Any news on selling the M2s? The M2s, we were kind of, no one has really bought the M2s. We have an M4 basically ready to purchase, but we just don't want to buy it without at least selling one of the M2s. So we had a few people come by and look at them, but no one has bought the M2s yet. So, but if we sell an M2, then we will be moving into GT4 with the M4 very quickly. So we're low-key kind of hoping for Virginia, but you know, time's kind of ticking down. We thought that we'd at least everyone told us how easy they'd be to sell, right? And then it's like, then you know, no one puts their money where their mouth is. So no news as of now, but the plan is to continue trying to sell them and move up into GT4 for the rest of the year. Only if this place put the kind of footage, not performance on this your main stuff. Yeah, I feel like even on a second channel, Eric, I still wouldn't want to put out like half-finished stuff. I just need to suck it up. I'm my own worst sort of critic or enemy when it comes to creating. Sometimes I just get in my head about it. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. No one's gonna want to watch this, and then I just don't do it. Keep pouting on the podium. They know why. Oh my god, yeah. I should find all the podium pictures from like the last 3 years when I started to now, and just see my smile just slowly degrade over time. The first few podiums I'm like smiling, and then slowly they're becoming a straight face to a frown now. I'll have my camera at Indy. Let's go, Jeff. Get the brooms out. Edmonton's not winning. Race videos are cool perspective from inside the car. Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, I'm obviously biased, but yeah, the camera, you know, I've always loved in-car stuff, and especially now, like with with action cameras, whether it's a GoPro or whatever, like just how good they are to like, yeah, it really just feels like you're right there. The sound, you know, how much detail you can get in the image, it's like, it's pretty cool. That's why, like, the first race at Texas, I spun and went basically last to second. And so I have all of that on camera, right? I have all my passes and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool to put together a video of like me going through that and going through the field and kind of almost talking about what I was mentally going through as I was making these passes and catching people. And I have it hooked into our radio communication so you can hear the guys being like, okay, 25 minutes left or whatever, you know? So members only content, only skis content. Something that I guess I was serious about doing, and I still think would be a good addition, to have a Lucas Catania like raw channel, or put that as members only, where when I go ski, right, and I have the ski episodes, which are obviously very curated and cut and edited, but I have so much just basically take the raw run and just put that into a video. Maybe like, yeah, maybe a little, I don't know, little intro or outro. I gotta do something to make it look nice still, but basically just have like raw runs. The videos could be long. They might be 20, 25 minutes, but it would be just raw skiing. Maybe do it with commentary of like what I'm thinking or like what the line choice, you know, maybe that could be members only stuff. Or do I make a separate channel just called Lucas Catania Raw, and it's just a whole nother sort of another thing? I don't know, but that is something I feel like I could do, because I already have the runs rendered out anyways, you know. So Powderhound's all here anyways, that's for sure. That's why we're here. Pow pal. Yeah, we all love Pow. People are gonna ask me what my goals are for next year ski season, and my goals are just to ski more Pow. That's it. Hoping to get above second in the M4. Me too. I feel like we should be getting first in the M2s at least sometimes. We have like so many second place finishes. I don't know if it's a mental thing where I just feel like I shouldn't be first, but we should have. Yeah. Sucks. Have you ever considered resuming the Edmonton Adventure 2? Edmonton, I don't even know what that was. It's an e-bike. I'm torn on the e-bike stuff, to be honest. I'm down to do it. The problem I have with the e-bike reviews is, one, they just, you know, they're not the best thing for the channel, and two, I don't get paid for them. So then I have these e-bikes sitting around, and the videos don't really do well, and then I have an e-bike, and I'm like, then I have to try to sell it. So I'm kind of changing, and I get those emails for e-bikes literally every day, a company saying, we'd love to send you a bike, blah blah blah. So I want to do it where I at least get something out of it, because I'm just promoting their product, really. So on that note, I mean, I would be open to doing it, but yeah, I don't think this company has reached out. I like the cool e-bikes though, like the Cafe Racer type ones. The podium face progression set to a sad song. Do you feel it? Dude, that'd actually be hilarious. I'm gonna make a calendar that's just my podium pictures. Just all frowning faces. Naughty music warning for raw videos. I guess I could put him through Patreon. I feel like the YouTube memberships really, I don't know. There was a time where someone was like, hey, I think you should open a Patreon because YouTube takes more money, more revenue. They take a bigger cut than something like Patreon. So I was like, okay, I can see that. But really, I feel like I would like to just have it all in one place, but there's no reason why I couldn't share it in both Patreon and the YouTube membership stuff. But members only live stream. Yeah, that's cool too. Sus activity with the guy who gets first all the time. Where are we so close? And oftentimes we even get the fastest lap in the race or something, you know, but it's like we just can't ever get that extra tenth or two. I just feel like we're missing something with the car. I feel like we're missing something on the setup. I just, you know. Lucas says e-bike sales in the near future. They're fun, but like this last one with like the Happy Run, the blue one, like I have to sign a contract and they want like 3 weeks, you know, they give me a deadline for it. And I'm kind of like, look, if there's no money being exchanged, like I shouldn't have to sign a contract at all. Nor should I be like I'll get to the video when I get to it. And when they sent it to me, there was missing parts, so I couldn't put the video all together. And so then they had to send me the parts, and then all this shit happened. And so I'm just like, to me, that just rubs me the wrong way. It's like, you know, and they want me to send them photos, and they have the video, and I'm like, if there's no payment being sent, there shouldn't be any contract or any signing at all to be done. Because it's like, if you send me the bike and I feel inclined to make a video and put it together, then I should, right? But I shouldn't have, unless we agreed upon payment and compensation, like there shouldn't be that sort of structured of a deal, because in a big way, I'm like, what am I getting out of this? I guess I get some content to put out, but you know, it's just something that changes, I guess, as the channel grows and as I get more into this. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't like signing contracts if there's no money there, you know. Not that the contract even really matters, but yeah, show me the money. No, for sure, man. Especially in this, like the off season, right? It's like, so it's different, you know. So, and that's, I'm like, okay, now I'll sell the bikes. I guess I'm trying to justify it by doing that and selling the bikes. But yeah, I still got to sell them. Taking the live streams remote in the summer. Live in paradise, show it off. Interesting. Like do them outside. That would be cool. I guess I could do that with Starlink. Yeah, I do think changing up the live streams would be a good idea, and in the winter too. Extra straight line speed on those M2s is really difficult to explain. Yeah, I mean, it's just little things though, Geezy. It's just like the way they get off the corner. You know, I mean, they're not like, it's not like they're going 10 miles an hour faster than other people, because that's too obvious. So that's why I don't know if it's a setup thing where they just have the car hooked up more, but it gets so exhausting being second place, and I'm just too competitive for that. And it's like, oh, you should be happy because you're on the podium, you're doing great, but it's just like, shit, man. Yeah, if you're not first, you're last. You know, you can only be second for so long. Edmonton Pace 500, first e-bikes who love it for riding around town. I almost feel like there's like little metal shards here. The e-bikes are honestly, they're really fun. You know, I've been to take them up just like you said, and rip around town, go up to Main Street or something. Like there's nothing like it, but yeah, I felt like the Happy Run one was a little bit too big for the bike path. You know, I think they also lowered the speed limit of the bike pass here to like 15 miles an hour, maybe 20. And this thing goes 38, and it's like, yeah, just too big. But then you see a bunch of kids on Surons like ripping around here, you know. I'm like, this is why, you know, people have a bad connotation towards them. But yeah, now I'm selling them anyways. Getting rid of them. I wanted to keep the folding one because I think that would be cool to bring in the van, but man, it's just, if it fit underneath the bed, I would be more apt to bring it, but it's just too big. It just takes up too much room. Especially if I have someone like Tara with me and we have two people in the van, there's just no way you're gonna keep this e-bike like sitting right there. So, but then what I've been doing is when I ride my bike, sometimes I ride with my mom on the weekends and whatever, just kind of have a little bit of like an easier ride with my mom. But then this bike, the folding one, my little sister will take and come with us because it's an e-bike. And so we can all ride together. So now my sister's like, my sister's like, oh, well, do you really want to sell it? I can ride with you guys, you know, because it goes like 25 miles an hour or something. I'm like, now I feel bad because she wants it. But I'm like, man, I have them listed, but I really haven't gotten too much activity, or I've gotten just so lowballed on the bikes. I'm like, I'm just going to keep it for that price. But yeah. Can you expect any GoPro How To videos? I would love to. Yeah, I would love to do more camera stuff. I do want to release just like a video of just like how to make a ski vlog and just like break down my whole process. Have like almost behind the scenes, like make a vlog out of making a vlog, if that makes sense. Just like when you see, you know, when you see a shot of me walking to the lift, like what does that look like, right? It's me putting the camera down, trying to find an opening in a crowded sort of space, right? Just, yeah, like a whole behind the scenes of filming it, and then also the whole editing side of it is a whole nother beast. So, and I did a little bit more of that like years ago when the channel was smaller, and I really haven't done that since. But I think like doing like a how to use a GoPro while skiing would be such a good video, because yeah, I think so many people get a GoPro or an action camera, and then they're usually disappointed with how the results are. So, Eric, for 18 months. Calling out around the world. Are you ready for a brand new beat? Summer's here and the time is right for dancing in the street. See ya, Owen. Thanks for stopping by, man. Those who have an e-bike or e-assist don't really need them. Surrounds our electric motorcycle is a different class for sure. Pretty sure that last e-bike you ride wasn't legal on the bike pass. Yeah, I guess I don't know what makes a bike legal on a bike path or not. That's why I was trying to be like super, yeah, respectful on the bike path, because yeah, I just didn't feel like it was, just felt too big for that stuff. But I don't know what makes something legal or illegal for a bike path, because technically it has pedals, it has a chain, you know, it can be pedaled. So I don't know if it's just like the intensity of the motor that makes something illegal. I don't know. Is it the size of it? The YT is an enduro, Jason. Yeah, it is classified as an enduro bike. It has 170 millimeters of travel in the front, 165 millimeters in the rear. So, yeah, it is an enduro. Primarily meant for going downhill, but she goes uphill also. Eric with 887. Old man Lucas coming out with all these young whippersnappers on their e-bikes. Yeah, I'm selling on Marketplace, Bon. I've sold so much stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Stuff that I never thought would sell, sells on Facebook. But, yeah, for some reason, these haven't really gotten a lot of juice, but... And I feel like I'm giving a great deal because the bikes have, 20 miles on them. They're essentially brand new, and I'm selling them for 50 cents on the dollar, really. But whatever, they'll sell eventually. I just know I don't want to get into like the fall time and still have them because no one's, who's going to want a bike when it comes to that time. But I have assets that I need to liquidate, put it that way. E-bikes are good for us guys over 50. It was a class 3. I'm gonna look this up because I'm still kind of confused as to like what makes an e-bike, what class. Okay. I think I kind of understand it now. It's definitely a class 3 e-bike. Yeah, definitely class 3. It's actually a class, technically it's a class 4 e-bike now that I read about this. Because the motor is a 1,000 watt motor. And this e-bike can go 38 miles an hour. So I actually have a class 2 e-bike, a class 3 e-bike, and a class 4 e-bike here. They just feel like to ride that on the road fully, it just feels like it falls in a weird space because I don't necessarily think, yeah, I'd be comfortable just riding that on like the main highways here either, but. Orbea Rise, nice man. One of my buddies has that bike actually. Trek / Enduro. Chris Noddy, what's up, man? What up from Sandstone Peak? What up, man? Where's Sandstone Peak? Sandstone Mountain in California. Looks beautiful, man. Oh, damn, you did that hike? Tune in the live stream at Sandstone Peak. The new YouTube UI is really busting my balls. Is there a new YouTube UI? $12,000 e-bike, just nuts. I mean, dude, bikes are crazy expensive. Maybe that's why I won't sell. I mean, none of them will sell, really. I mean, the class 2 technically won't sell either. I don't know. It's only been a few weeks, but yeah, I mean, I guess if you have the money, why not? You know, a $12,000 e-bike could be someone's $2,000 bike, I guess. I used an e-bike out in Mammoth, like an e-mountain bike, and that was pretty cool. Because my friend actually had the Orbea Rise, so we figured it'd be best if we were all on e-bikes. Oh yeah, $13,000. Yeah, that's the other thing, Bond. Just people, you know, people really have the money just lying around, you know, to like spend on an e-bike or something. With the explanation they get them to review for your channel. I do say I receive them as part of a social media promotion. I don't put the link to the video because I just feels weird. But I do say yeah, I received it as social media promotion, and the bike has, I don't know, 20 miles. The bike I got last year has about 100 miles on it. I have ridden that bike a little bit more, but it's still very new. So they have views, right? I mean, like one of the bikes has like 800 views on Facebook or clicks or whatever, however they go. But I was like, oh, will you take 300? I'm like, no, I won't take 300. But maybe I will. Yeah, I am planning on heading up to Jackson actually this month of June. Once I get this bike rack built on the van, and I can bring the bikes around, I do plan on going up to Jackson. I want to ride their bike park. I also want to do some Teton Pass shuttle laps. So yeah, Mod Tomek. I do plan on heading up there. I think would be pretty cool. I love Jackson Hole in the summer just in general. So to be able to bring the bike up there, bike a little bit, hike a little bit. What's up, AJ? Feels like just yesterday you were alive. Life is a flash. It really is, man. Gets faster as you get older too. But yeah, man, another week, another stream here. Summer streams. You're in the right town for Moneyline. I know. I agree, man. That's why I was kind of like. It'll sell. If I drop the price enough, it'll sell. Jackson Hill's a great bike park. It looks rad. Looks rad. I want to do Jackson. I'd love to get out to Big Sky. I mean, I'd love to try Whistler, but that I might do more towards the end of the year. Crested Butte, I heard, has a great bike park. Steamboat has one, so I mean, it'd be cool to travel around and do some bike park stuff and all that. Just gamble until you have the money, says Walton. 12 months. Thank you for 12 months, Walton. New Ford Maverick, sweet little truck. Really wanted a Toyota Tacoma, but they went 50 grand. Tacomas are expensive. Drop to the 30s and 50s early next week. I guess I see low. I guess Tuesday a low of 33, high of 66. It'll get chilly at night. Jackson's be able to win Target. Yeah, does Target have a bike park? I think they do have a bike park actually. Do you guys see the freaking landslide that happened over Teton Pass? Is it Teton Pass? Maybe it's not Teton Pass, but did you guys see the landslide that happened that connects Driggs, Idaho and Jackson Hole? Like the whole road washed away. The whole road washed away. Very unfortunate for people, because most people make that commute who don't live in Jackson but work in Jackson. They drive whatever, the 40 minutes. Teton Pass, yeah. Man, the whole road just freaking went away. So that's super unfortunate, because now the detour is like 2 hours or something. Anyways, Teton Pass, yeah. The mofo ride. I gotta look at the Discord. Any movement with GoPro, says AJ? What do you mean? What do you mean movement? Would you rather live in Park City or the Valley? I mean, I can't afford to live in Park City, you know, but I do like living up here. There's pros and cons to it, but I like spending time up here for sure. Emergency funding for it. Target does? Okay, sick. Started with a mudslide. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, I was just confused as to like how that happens, because the earth just like went away. But that was gnarly stuff. I don't know, like, how do you fix that? You have to like rebuild the ground and then and then rebuild the road, put the road back on top. I don't know. My brain like can't understand it. Or like, will they set up a detour for now? I have no idea. Like another way, but 2022 F-150 Super Crew, the long bed 3.5 EcoBoost with 51, 42K in CNY. And those are CNY miles, so it comes with an extra dose of rust in there too, and some salt. It's been hot here. I mean, it was 85 today. It's supposed to be 85 tomorrow. It's been hot. That's hot for up in the mountains, but which means it's 95 down in Salt Lake, or 90. What's up, BDJ? Closed because of it, so no one was around when the road went. Oh, brand deal with GoPro trip, new gear. Yeah, I have a trip in September. Can't really say anything about it, but trip in September, and then yeah, there'll be new gear as well that I also can't really talk about, but you'll know when it comes out. But yeah, that all sealed up. That was all signed May 15th, so I guess I have a deal with them for till May 15th of 2025. But like I mentioned last stream, I think it's very casual in a sense of like, hey, we want to just support what you're doing and just continue doing what you're doing. So I do technically have deliverables. I have, you know, one YouTube video a month, one Instagram post a month. I have to put GoPro in my Instagram bio, stuff like that. But I already post, you know, I post multiple YouTube videos a month, and I post on Instagram. So none of it was really anything more than what I already just do normally. So they kind of just wanted to help support all the stuff that I've just done with GoPro over the years on my own accord, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, the trip in September should be pretty cool. It's still, yeah, it's still kind of hard to fathom, but so yeah. Red Banjo Pizza. I don't know if I've ever been there. I know where you're talking about. It's right on Main Street. I just can't remember if I've eaten there or not. Great meatball sandwich for cheap. Ooh. I'm stoked too, AJ. It's pretty cool. Just kind of gives me that. I mean, the whole thing with Abe in general is just giving me confidence that I didn't have. But actually, yeah, being with GoPro is just, yeah, just helps my confidence and know that I have support, I guess, from that end. But it's cool because there's really no, that's the only brand that actually has paid me for using their stuff, right? I mean, even Zipline, they've given me stuff, but that's almost more just like, I know this guy through mogul skiing and he gives it to me. But it's GoPro's really like the only company that has actually said, hey, we want to really support what you're doing. You know, how can we be a part of that? So, yeah. A rock structure, not soil. Bridge there might be a cheaper option. I should set up a giant ramp so you can jump and clear the hole. Okay. This just turns into like an adventure park off the landslide. Drink a Red Bull before you jump, record, and you'll be okay. Basically, right? The birth of a career right there. And you wear a GoPro shirt and backpack. Yeah, I really haven't found a better everyday ski backpack than that GoPro one, to be honest. I mean, I've had some issues with it, just like the zippers ripping and whatnot, but I haven't really found a backpack of that size that works well for skiing and bringing a camera. And yeah, to be honest, I've always been a huge GoPro fanboy. I really have. I'm not even gonna try to hide it. So like last year when they sent me the cameras and like they sent me some shirts and like a windbreaker before British Columbia. This was just because I knew Abe. I was like, dude, this is the coolest shit ever. And so, yeah, I'm not even gonna try to deny it. Instead of changing a massive Red Bull logo on your car to go to Teton Pass. The Vanzas is better. Dude, I had the Vanzas the other night actually with Tara. It was good. I don't love their wings though. I feel like they just put so much like sauce on their wings. It's hard to like enjoy the wing. But their pizza was good. I was like, man, we were gonna go to the Boneyard, but they're doing something where they're like redoing their kitchen, so they don't have like their full menu or something weird. Anyways, I haven't really ate a lot on Main Street. GoPro still the action cam king. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of people would yeah. I guess fight you on that, but the thing that I like about GoPro is that they're like the original action cam company. They're like the innovator, and I personally feel like a lot of these other companies that just rip off what GoPro does. I'm not saying they don't make it better and they don't innovate on their own, but for the most part, a lot of these other action cameras are basically just a GoPro that has a little bit something else, and it's something new that people are like, oh, my GoPro always freezes on me, or whatever, and so they just like think these other cameras are like all way better, but it's really the same thing. It's really just a GoPro, just like in a different brand. So I think at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I think if you have a camera that you like to use and it gets you out there to record stuff and it works for you, then it works, right? All cameras are so good now, whether it's a Canon or a Sony, right? They're both sick, and it's about how you use them. So if it's a GoPro or a DJI or an Insta360, it really doesn't matter. You know, there's people make great videos on any of those cameras. I've always just loved this sort of athlete support that GoPro has. If you look at their like YouTube channel, they have like the stories and the documentaries they've made over the years. Like, there's really no other action camera companies that do that same thing. So I appreciate that. But now I feel like I can't talk about it because I have a quote deal with them. So now it's just always going to come off like I'm trying to sell the camera. But in reality, I've been using GoPros since before that happened. So whatever. I have a problem with Cup Bop. Dude, I actually love Ramen 930, which is whatever, like right next to Cup Bop. Dude, that place is actually fire for just some like cheap ramen. I gotta get caught up on the Discord, Matt. Everyone else is just chasing GoPro standards. I've only had good success with my GoPros. Yeah, I mean, that's all. That's what I feel like. If you look at a launch video of a different brand action camera, it's almost identical to what GoPro's launch videos were, right? They all have like hyper smooth. They have that. It's just different. It's like whatever, real steady or rock steady, whatever it is, right? They just like, this stuff is almost like just copying what GoPro has done. So, but at the same time, it's like that's where we're at, right? It's like all these cameras look great because they have they have someone jumping out of an airplane with it, right? Like, of course your shit's gonna look awesome, but I just appreciate that GoPro is like the originator. And then obviously, I'm not gonna not admit it. I'm biased because of my relationship with Abe Kislevitz, right? Like, and the stuff he shared with me, being the original GoPro employee, of like how they built the camera from literally the first Hero, right? So, and for those who remember, I turned down a deal with DJI and their action camera for a good amount of money just so I could maintain my relationship with Abe. And at the time, that was nothing more than a friendship. And I'm really glad I did, because had I taken that, I just don't know. I don't know what would have transpired from there, right? I value my relationship with Abe, obviously, like a ton, more than the money that DJI was offering me to do this collaboration. And being able to go on trips with Abe and pick his knowledge and stuff. So I'm just saying, if I had taken that, I don't know if any of this other stuff would have happened. That's all. And again, I'm not like, this isn't like a huge deal, right? It's not like, yeah, it's not anything like that, but it's more the principle of it. So when GoPros did these montages, yeah, dude, like the Hero 3 launch video, the 4, I think it was the 6, maybe 2. Their launch videos were so great. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't do a launch video for the 12. But I think you'll see some cool stuff for the next cameras. Still using a 7 black. Wanted to move up to a 10. 10 or up. 10's a great camera. I would say if you were to make the jump mod, I would say at least go with the 11. And that's, I'm not, again, I could really care less if you buy one or not. I just think the 11 has the different sensor and you just get a lot more features than the 10. I would say the 11 to 12 is pretty, in my opinion, is very similar camera. Like if you have an 11, I don't think you really need to go to the 12. But I do think the jump from the 10 to the 11 was worthwhile. Just my opinion on that. So GoPro do anything with drones? I don't think so, Geezy. I think their drone career was kind of short-lived with the Karma. I don't know if you guys remember that drone. So yeah, I think, my opinion, I think it's kind of smart. I mean, I think when you look at a company like DJI, they have the drone industry, you know, down, and yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know a lot about what GoPro is doing. You know, I'm not that involved with them. I just know very surface level stuff. You know, that anyone knows, right? They release new cameras every year, right? So, but you know, I don't know anything like that. I don't think they're coming out with drones. What's up, Joe? Cool stuff like Lucas Only Skis content. Did you do some early season park at Keystone? Yeah, man, I'm really not a park skier, brother. You know, I don't know any tricks, you know, so I'm not gonna pretend to be one. Can I hit jumps? Yeah, but I can't do any tricks, so it would just be a video of me airing park jumps and skiing around all the rails and going straight on boxes. So if you want early season park videos, you should watch Jonathan Buckhouse. Papa Joe's a few laps off the pace at the moment. Yeah, just slightly. We are winding down. I'm on 11% battery. And I'm getting hungry, but it's been a great stream. Thanks guys for hanging out. We're smaller numbers, but they're still fun. But I couldn't do it without you guys, or else I'd be sitting here trying to be like, yeah, I have e-bikes I'm trying to sell, I guess. And so I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out and talking. A 9 for under 200. The 9, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not to say that those 9 and 10s are not still great cameras. I just view it so much from, yeah, the spec stuff, and you know, I don't know, I guess on my use case and whatnot. So there, for I would say for a lot of people, the cameras really have some diminishing returns to them, but I have two 11s still that I really don't use them anymore because I have two 12s. So I was thinking about selling those, but and I literally have like 5 GoPro Maxes because when I was in British Columbia, I got GoPro paid me to do a shoot with Ted Ligety the next day, and so Abe was like, "Here, take all these Maxes." So I just have too many GoPros at this point, but. Have you used that backpack that I think called Douchebag? I used it when I went to Snowmass this year and I hiked Aspen Highlands. Michael, I did use it this year when I hiked Highlands Bowl, which is pretty much, I would say, an hour-long boot pack. And I think that backpack is great for that stuff. Like if you need a backpack to put your skis on, I think that's a very solid backpack. I just don't like it for everyday use because it's big. It's still big and it just feels very cumbersome. They did a weird thing with the strap. It's not a buckle. It's like this metal click thing. And I just feel like when you have gloves on, it's so annoying to try to get on. I don't know why they just want to do a plastic buckle like 99% of bags. So that's always annoyed me. But it's the only backpack I really have where I can put my skis on the side, kind of like in that A-frame shape, and walk with. So yeah, I used it at Crystal Mountain. I used it this year at Aspen Highlands, the second Aspen Snowmass video. And actually, I forgot, I used it when I skied the Deer Valley expanded terrain because I brought a cinema camera with me, which is just like, it's way bigger than the shit I usually bring. And I knew I was going to be in and out of a cat. And so I was kind of like, and I knew it was easy skiing, whatever. So I'll bring that bag if I'm focused a lot more on the filming than I am the skiing, and or I need to carry my skis. Like, it'd be a good heli skiing bag because for the most part when you heli ski, you're not like, you're kind of just cruising around. But it's not a bag I would want to use every day at the ski resort because it's just too big. And you know, when you're going through line and you're on a 6-pack and you got, you know, people next to you, like the last thing I want to do is be swinging his bag and like hit someone with it. But it's a very well built bag. I guess I just gave you a quick review on the, the douchebag. I've seen you do threes. You're better than most of these Ghost Riders. I could do left-hand threes, and that's about it. I could do fives. I've done a switch 5 before. I've done a 7 before, but this is years ago now. Yeah, I guess my go-to. I get done switch 3s, you know, 1 switch 1s, but yeah, I can't cork. I can't do any sort of inverts. Again, I'm not going to hit rails and boxes. I don't know. $27 months. Grog Gang has been sent. Small numbers, big fans. 27 months. Insane. We had some big numbers. Justin was like 35 months. Dakota's 27. You guys are crazy. Any plans to go to Beaver Creek early February? I don't really have any, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, anything's possible. I don't really see myself going back to Beaver Creek too much, to be honest, but hopefully February I'm up in British Columbia again. I 100% want to go back up to Revelstoke and Kicking Horse. I want to go back up to Golden where there's 8 hours of sunshine each day and 8 hours of daylight and no sunshine. And I want to just spend time at Revy and Kicking Horse. So I could see myself going up there for 2 weeks or something again in February. Looks pretty nice. Metal Buck is pretty annoying. It's a nice bag, don't get me wrong. Like, it's built very nicely. Yoon Olsen, who's the creator of that company, is a Red Bull or was a Red Bull free skier. So the quality of the bag is top notch. Like, there's no doubt about it. It just, there's some things to me that it was like, it's like, it looks good, but then when you go out in the field and actually use it, I'm like, you have gloves on. You're not going to be able to, like, mesh these buckles together. Like, it just, yeah, that's my kind of take on it. And the other thing I don't love about it is the opening is like this roll top. And there's no separator between that and where your camera stuff goes. So it's just like one big rucksack. It would have been nice if they had like a hard divider. So in the top you can put snacks and clothes and goggles and not feel like, I feel like I open the bag and just shit is everywhere. And it just, again, when you're like in the field and you're trying to do shit, it's like having organization goes a long way. And I don't love that about the backpack. There's tentatively something going on in September. Yes, Geezy. I don't believe it's ski related, but it is fun related. Last week it was 100 degrees and dry. This week we have flooding. Hashtag Florida. All right, if you're under 13 years old, go to bed. Here we go, Garage Gang photo. Boom. BC's a dream for a Pennsylvania skier, which season barely lasts till mid-February. BC's sick, man. I just think BC is kind of the element of, like I said, lawlessness and sort of like ski at your own risk creates a different sort of vibe that's you don't really get in the States. Jackson Hole Mountain Bike. I'm planning on going there this month actually, Michael Hawes. I've never been, but I want to check it out, spend some time up in Jackson, so I figured it'd be a good trip to do once I get my bike rack installed. So yeah, I'm gonna probably go up there the last week of June is my plan. Michael Hawes. We got Michael Bilello in here and Michael Hawes. But we got the Garage Gang. I got 4% battery. I'm getting hungry. You guys ever wonder when Dakota and the Garage Gang are just gonna stop? You know what I mean? Like, when are they just gonna be like, yeah, we're just done with this? And it's like, we can't even be mad at them for when that happens. But one day, dude, I would think it just has to end. But they got a nice collection of vases over there. Nice collection of vases. Again, you can't look at these photos too long or else you'll just start seeing shit that's not even there. Yeah, be careful. Dakota, do you let your kiddo partake or how does that work? We got a garage dog. That shelf. The shelf's loaded. And underneath the TV. It gets worse the longer I look at it. Yeah, man. Let's just say you gotta be careful. You'll be left permanently cross-eyed or something. I learned my lesson. You try to make sense of stuff and you realize stuff just doesn't really make sense. He does not partake. I'll be here till I'm told to leave. Nice quiet night at the garage, says Regina. Yes. Yeah, what's the temp in the garage, says Joe. He said last week it was 100 degrees and dry. This week we have flooding. If it's 100 degrees outside, it's gotta be pretty damn toasty in there. Look at all those jars. 85 in the garage. Okay. That's like 50 for you Floridians, I guess. They're going to take over the channel in 50 years. Seriously, man. The channel's going to be left to Dakota. All right, guys, I'm on 2%. I'd rather say a proper goodbye before this just goes to a black screen. So, Solitude opening tomorrow, Deer Valley Friday, and I'm going to try to get the videos out pretty much right away. And then we'll kind of be in bike park season. Be installing a bike rack soon here on the van. And so it's been kind of this weird in-between time, but I feel like stuff should be kind of getting... kind of picking up a little bit. So expect bike and stuff. I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah. Love you guys. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. MR2, thanks for being here. Eric, Matt, Dakota, Jeff, Regina, Michael, Geezy, Jay, you know, same people. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys very, very much.